Now we will talk about what is the mass transfer, because that it is very important, and it is very important whenever you are designing any kind of bioreactor. Okay. Now, first of all, what is mass transfer and why it comes from, and what is the significance of the mass transfer? I think you might have read in your 12th standard that mass transfer, it is happening when there will be that the concentration difference. Okay, concentration difference. If you have one chamber, this is your barrier, or you can say any kind of wall. If you have a compound A which is at the higher concentration, okay, then and one more compound which you have B at this particular zone, in this particular room, it have the higher concentration. A have the higher concentration in particular this particular room, and B have the higher concentration in this particular room. Okay, then if your wall, this is your complete wall. Okay, if somebody will ask how the mass transfer will occur, in your 12th standard you have read that the mass will flow from higher to lower, means A will flow in this direction and B will flow in this direction. Okay, this is the very basic and very crude definition. It is correct but not completely correct definition of the mass transfer. Just keep this in your mind, because whenever you will talk about mass transfer that can be occur because of your temperature difference also. And that is, if someone is saying he knows everything about mass transfer, then definitely he knows about heat transfer and he knows about the fluid mechanics. Okay, in the fluid mechanics, what we have read, that whenever you find any kind of pressure gradient, delta P pressure gradient, I am talking about pressure gradient, then only fluid will flow from this direction to this direction. Okay, if you have this kind of pipe, this is your pipe, whenever you will apply any kind of pressure, then fluid will flow. Okay, now this is the driving force for liquid, delta P. Okay, now coming to the heat transfer, what you have read, whenever you find any kind of temperature difference, delta T, just note down this point in your notes, delta T, then there will be heat transfer. I think we have read a lot of pictures that when there will be the temperature gradient, or now you can see here temperature will be very high and here temperature will be very low. Okay, when there will be temperature gradient, then the heat transfer will take place. So driving force is here delta T, delta P for liquid, delta T for heat. Now coming to the mass transfer. And as you read in your 12th standard that there is the temperature difference, there is the concentration gradient, then only mass transfer will occur. But it's not completely correct. Why? I will tell. If you will look into the fundamental definition of that mass transfer, concentration difference, it is only one driving force, concentration difference. Second will be your pressure difference. If you will find any kind of pressure difference, and due to the pressure difference mass is transferring from one position to the another position, then you can say this is also the driving force of mass transfer. Okay, now if the third one, if you have any kind of molar concentration, okay, if you will take one sugar, okay, you are adding into particular liquid, what it does, it mix, after some time all the sugar will dissolve in this liquid and it will completely mix. What is the reason behind that? Because here the diffusion will take place to mix all the sugar into the water. Okay, now you can see if you have molar solution, okay, you have small membrane here, molar solution, you are taking NaCl. I'm talking about namak, NaCl, okay, NaCl. And here NaCl concentration, it is 0. Then if the molar concentration of NaCl it is very high, then the diffusion will take place in this direction, okay. Then you have got one another driving force which is called as the mole fraction difference, okay. One, as I already you read in 12th standard, concentration difference. Second will be, I'm talking about the pressure difference. If you will find mass transfer due to pressure difference, then this is also the driving force for mass transfer. Third, as I already shown that if you will take the solution of NaCl, if there will be the concentration difference, definitely it will flow. If you are claiming here the concentration that is very high of NaCl, then diffusion will take place in this direction, okay. Now we have discussed only three, but there is a lot of more, like magnetic property difference or magnetic field difference. If you have any kind of system where the magnetic difference will be there, and due to the magnetic difference, fourth one, due to the magnetic difference, the mass is transferring from one position to the another position, then this is also one of the driving force, okay. Now, if you have any kind of electric difference, electric power difference or electrical field difference, then if the mass will transfer, then it is also one of the reason for mass transfer. Then you could not identify what is the driving force for mass transfer. Now you can see there is a lot of driving force: pressure difference, concentration difference, magnetic field difference, electric field difference, or you can say temperature difference also. 6th one, it is temperature difference. Don't confuse this thing. Temperature difference, if we'll talk about any kind of evaporator or condensation, if the mass is transferring due to the phase, because in condensation what we read, that from steam to liquid, if mass will transfer from one position to the another position, then definitely it will be the driving force for mass transfer, okay. So we have confused, what should I take, which kind of difference should I take? So just keep in your mind, there is one term called as chemical potential difference. I'm repeating, chemical potential difference is the driving force for mass transfer. Just keep in your mind, when you will talk about fluid, that is okay. Here will be the pressure difference, delta P. Whenever you will talk about the heat transfer, there will be temperature difference. But if somebody will ask, what is the driving force for mass transfer, please never tell that that the concentration difference. Concentration difference is one of the reason, but it is not completely covering all the differences. So just keep in your mind what you will tell, chemical potential difference, okay. Have you got my point, yes or no? Have
Yes,
you got
sir.
my point? Just keep in your mind, chemical potential difference is the driving force for mass transfer, okay. Okay, now give me one example. I'm asking one question. I think you might have heard about dispersion and diffusion. Both are little bit similar. Can anyone say what is the difference between dispersion and diffusion? Can anyone? Let me explain. If somebody is saying there is a two term, dispersion and diffusion. Both are related, but both having the different significance. Okay, both are totally different. In the diffusion, in the diffusion, we are talking about in microscopic level, microscope. What is happening in micro level? Okay. But if you're talking about the dispersion means you are talking about in macro level, means very large amount. If your fan it is moving, then you will, then if somebody will ask, fan it is moving, mass transfer will occur due to dispersion, because you are talking about in broader way, in macroscopic level. If somebody will ask, liquid it is transferring, like your NaCl it is diffusing from in this direction, then definitely you will talk about the diffusion, how the diffusion it is taking place in this direction. Okay. I think you have got little bit idea about what is mass transfer, and just keep in your mind chemical potential difference is the driving force for mass transfer, and dispersion and diffusion both are related. But if somebody will ask in the large scale, then you have to tell this is macroscopic. And if somebody will ask diffusion, then he's talking about microscopic, means very small, a small portion, very small portion. Okay. Okay, then we will start for mass transfer. Now, in the mass transfer, there is a lot of things. First of all, we will check why we are reading mass transfer. We have read fluid mechanics. Okay, that is okay, very good. Because in your bioreactor, liquid will be there. Okay, in your bioreactor, liquid you are adding. Any kind of media, any kind of if you want to grow any kind of bacteria, definitely you will add liquid. And heat transfer, why? To grow a particular cell or microorganism, it requires a particular temperature. Okay, some your microbe it is growing at 45-degree temperature, it is growth, cell growth concentration it is very high at 45, so then you have to maintain the temperature. But why the mass transfer comes? Mass transfer comes each and everywhere when you are talking about cell as well. I think as compared to me, you know everything about the shell, but let me give little bit about the shell. This is your shell. Okay, in the microorganism there is a lot of shell is there, no? I think you know each and everything. Now what you are doing, if you are adding any kind of minerals in your liquid, definitely in media there will be your calcium, your iron is there, your magnesium will be there, your manganese will be there to grow the microbe. Okay, these components you are adding in your media. I think you know all these things. And in each cell, this is your cell, this is like a membrane kind of a structure, correct? Membrane structure around the surface of the cell. How cell it is growing? Whenever you are providing any kind of source or glucose medium or any kind of food to that particular cell, then it will grow in size. How it will grow? You are providing glucose, sucrose or fructose, any kind of that carbon source compound to particular cell. What it does here, the concentration at this around the cell. Okay, this is your liquid. I'm talking about, I have taken only one cell. Around the cell it is liquid. Okay, liquid is there in your solution. Now here the concentration of the glucose or sucrose, or you can say the carbon source, it will be very high. Then what will happen, your that the carbon source compound will cross this particular membrane. This is membrane, porous membrane. It will cross through and it will go inside your cell. And after that, what will happen when it will go, all the enzyme will be there, it will consume all glucose, your carbon source compound, yeah, minerals or any kind of compound, then it will grow in size and number as well. When the cell will grow, it definitely increase their size and number as well. I think you know all these fundamental things, correct? Now some diffusion has happened here. Okay, concentration at that particular point is very high of the glucose, here concentration is very low. Now how you will claim which kind of diffusion or which kind of which kind of that the mass transfer it is happening? Because if you talk about mass transfer, there is the generally three mode of mass transfer. Okay, generally three mode of mass transfer. One is mass transfer by diffusion. Diffusion, I'm talking about diffusion. Second, mass transfer by convection. And third one is mass transfer by change of phase. There is the three mode of mass transfer. Okay, phase change for cell, it cannot be happen. Okay, this is cancel out. And the second, it is your convection and diffusion. Mass transfer by convection, what does that mean? Mass transfer by convection, in the heat transfer we already read, the convection will term, the convection term will come in the heat transfer when the one fluid or one thing will be moving. Okay, then same it will happen here also. If some kind of liquid which will move around the surface or anything will happen, then convection mass transfer will occur. It is now heat transfer, mass transfer and fluid mechanics, they are interrelated to each other. Okay, generally if you will go for higher study, then what you will find, there is a lot of dimensionless parameters, they are interrelated, they are interrelating to mass transfer, heat transfer and fluid mechanics, and their fundamental formula as well, like Newtonian, that the Newton's law of viscosity, Fick's law and Fick's law for mass transfer, Newton's law of viscosity for fluid mechanics, and your that Newton's law of that the heat transfer for the heat transfer, both are analogies to each other, means it is resembling similar kind of equations, and generally people they are correlating each other as well. Okay, similarly here, if as I already we are discussing that heat transfer by convection means something will be moving. Okay, then what we have seen, that there is the three mode of heat transfer, as I already told. One will be mass transfer by diffusion, mass transfer by convection, mass transfer by phase of change. Phase of change here cannot be occurred, so there will be two type of mass transfer. One will be by the diffusion, another one will be convection. In the diffusion, as I already told, there is some power cut again and again. Okay, so on the next class we will discuss. Okay, don't worry, we have finished up to here the heat transfer. Okay, on the next class we will talk about the mass transfer. Don't worry, mass transfer, it is very interesting subject, very interesting. I will discuss whole thing in thoroughly. Okay, don't worry. Okay, on the next class we will discuss. Okay.